Friends, gather round because tonight we're diving headfirst into the murky waters of foreign aid. Specifically, we're talking about the Trump administration's decision to take a budget chainsaw to USAID, America's primary agency for distributing foreign aid. Picture a piñata filled with billions of dollars. Now imagine President Trump blindfolded, swinging a rusty machete at it. That's essentially what's happening here. The administration announced massive cuts to USAID's foreign aid contracts, slashing a staggering 90% of its budget. This isn't just trimming the fat. It's performing open-heart surgery on a shoestring budget with a rusty spoon. We're talking about nearly 15,000 grants worth a cool $60 billion going up in smoke. Poof, gone like your hopes and dreams after a weekend in Vegas. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, isn't foreign aid just a fancy term for throwing money down a hole? Well, it can be if you squint hard enough and ignore all the good it does. But we'll get to that later. Let's break down the financial carnage, shall we? We're talking about 5,800 out of 6,200 multi-year USAID contracts worth a whopping $54 billion getting the axe. Another 4,100 State Department grants totaling $4.4 billion are also on the chopping block. To put that in perspective, that's enough money to buy everyone in Wyoming a lifetime supply of artisanal mayonnaise. And why, you might ask, is the administration so eager to shred the social safety net of the developing world? Well, they'll tell you it's about fiscal responsibility, about ending decades of institutional drift. They say they want to use taxpayer dollars wisely to advance American interests, which, let's be honest, sounds suspiciously like code for America First, but with a slightly less aggressive font. But here's the kicker. A federal court ordered the Trump administration to release $2 billion in foreign aid that had been previously frozen. So, naturally, their response was to cut even more. It's like trying to put out a grease fire with gasoline. Now, let's talk about our commander-in-chief, because no story about government chaos is complete without him. Trump's disdain for foreign aid is no secret. He once called USAID officials radical lunatics and claimed that foreign aid doesn't benefit American taxpayers. This coming from a man who once spent $130,000 of campaign funds on a hairpiece. Even the Supreme Court got involved in this budgetary brawl. They temporarily blocked a judge's order that would have forced the administration to release the aforementioned $2 billion in aid. It's like a legal game of hot potato, only instead of a potato, it's the livelihoods of millions of people. Section 4. Doge unleashed Musk's efficiency hounds descend on USAID. Adding fuel to the fire is Elon Musk and his newly formed Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Yes, you heard that right, DOGE, because apparently nothing says serious government work like a meme-inspired cryptocurrency. Musk, never one to shy away from a hyperbolic statement, called USAID a ball of worms beyond repair. And with his signature blend of tech bro arrogance and questionable decision-making, he set about disrupting the agency. Translation, firing people and slashing budgets. The result? USAID, an agency that has operated for decades in over 60 countries with roughly 10,000 employees, is being gutted. We're talking about reducing staff from 8,000 to a measly 300. That's like trying to run a marathon with a sprained ankle and a severe case of the hiccups. Section 5. A legacy in limbo, the uncertain future of American foreign aid. So what does the future hold for USAID and, more importantly, for the people who rely on its assistance? It's not pretty, folks. Critics argue that these drastic cuts will undermine America's global standing, damage relationships with key allies, and create a vacuum that China will be all too happy to fill. They point to examples of questionable spending like the $20 million for a Sesame Street show in Iraq as justification for the cuts. But let's be real, folks, that's a drop in the bucket compared to the billions we spend on military interventions. The truth is, foreign aid is a complex issue and there are no easy answers. But one thing's for sure. Gutting USAID, an agency that has saved countless lives and promoted stability around the world, is a gamble. And it's a gamble that we, the American people, can't afford to lose.